Good morning, children. Today I am going to explain Section 2, Unit 4, Return to Air. This chapter is written by Anne Philippa Pierce. So, children, open page number 94. Let's see the first para of the chapter. The ponds are very big, so that at one end people bathe and at the other end they fish. Old chaps with bald heads sit on folding stools and fish with rods and lines. And little kids squeeze through the railings and wade out into the water to fish with nets. So children, narrator says here that in her time, it means in olden time, there are so many big ponds. The big ponds are very big in that time. So there was also one pond where narrator learned the skill of duck diving. So she is telling here that the pond is so big, so at one side of the pond, people used for bathing and the other they used for fishing. Fishing means catching fish. Old chaps with bald heads. Bald heads means having no hair on heads. They sit on folding stools and fish with the rods and lines. They use rods and lines for catching fish. You can see here in the picture the peoples are standing here. It's very clear that you can see here the old people who have no hair on their head, and they are holding a rod. They use this stick for catching fishes. And some little kids squeeze through the railing. And there are some small kids you can see in the picture. They went into the river, into the pond through the railing. And they wade out. Wade out means they walked into the water. Why? To catch the fish with nets. They hold there. You can see here they were holding nets for catching fishes. But the water's much deeper at our end of the ponds. Narrator says that at the side where she used to learn the duck diving, the water level is much deeper than the other. And that's where we bathe. You are not allowed to bathe there unless you can swim, but I have always been able to swim. Narrator says that the water is much deeper. The water level is deeper here. That's why all the people were not allowed there to bathe. Only the people who were good swimmer, who can swim well, were allowed to go into that side and to swim. And the narrator was also a good swimmer, so she used to go there. Let's see the next para. Only I don't dive, not from any diving board. Thank you. She tells that she is a good swimmer. She can swim very well, but she cannot dive. She don't know the diving. Even from any board, she cannot dive. I have to take my glasses off to go into the river. And now she is telling the reason why she can't dive. Because if she start diving, so she had to put off. She has to remove the glasses. And if she would remove the glasses, she could not see anything. That's why she couldn't dive. And I am just not going to dive. Even from the lowest diving board. She says that she could not dive even from the lowest diving board. You know the diving board? Diving board is a board that people used for jumping into the river. that may be from made on the various heights. And that's that they stopped nagging about it long ago. So children, she gave the reason why she could not dive, because of the problem of the eyes and glasses. So hearing her problem, people stopped to bother her. Nagging means bother. So people stopped telling her, requesting her to try duck diving. That's why she tells the problem, and now people stop to ask her for diving. Let's see the third para. Then this summer they were all on me to learn duck diving. She's telling that it is the time of summer when all the people made their mind to learn her duck diving. So all insisted her for learning duck diving. Let's see what is duck diving. Here the writer is telling about duck diving. You are swimming on the surface of the water and suddenly you upend yourself just like a duck. She is telling that it is a skill in which swimmer first of all swims on the surface, then he all of a sudden put his or her nose into the water deep like a duck and went into the deep water and swim there for some time, and then after come back to the surface. Perhaps you swim about a bit underwater and then come up again. I dare say ducks begin doing it soon after they are born. It's different from them. So she says that it is a daring act, and she is telling it that it is different from the ducks, because ducks learn this habit, this skill from very early of their birth, and it is different from the ducks. Let's see the second para. So I was learning to duck dive, to swim down to the bottom of the ponds and pick up a brick they had thrown in and bring it up again. So now she made her mind to learn the skill of duck diving. For that purpose, she had to swim into the bottom of the pond, and she had to pick up the brick and came back it into the surface of the water. You practice this in case you have to rescue anyone from drowning. Say they had sung from the third time and gone to the bottom. Of course, they had be bigger and heavier than a brick. But I suppose you have to begin with bricks and work up gradually to people. So the instructor told her that firstly she had to start learning with picking the brick. Then after she had to try with the people. As the other learner, other skilled person went 3 times into the deep down and brought back the peoples. So firstly she had to start with with bringing up the brick. Then after gradually she has to bring up people. And this skill is very important, very helpful in rescue operation. If somebody is drowning into the water, so this skill helps so much in taking back that man. The swimming instructor said, "Sausage, I am going to throw the brick." Sausage was the nickname that my friends had given me. Then the instructor called sausage means narrator. It is the other name that is given by friends to narrator. So the instructor called her and directed her that he was going to throw a brick into the water, and she had to go deep down into the water and bring it again before it reaches into the bottom and settled into the mud. So she had to pick up the brick before it mixed into the mud. So children, this is sufficient for today. Now I'm going to wind up my video. Next page number 15, we will discuss in the next video. Thank you so much.